After the death of Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, Iran observed 40 days of mourning. But as that period ended, a new strategy took shape. Under the aggressive direction of Mojtaba Khamenei, Iran's regional approach shifted from the status quo. In direct retaliation for Israeli military strikes against Hezbollah in Lebanon, Tehran utilized its most powerful geographic lever. They effectively shut down the Strait of Hormuz to global shipping. The physical result was an immediate maritime jam. Over 400 oil tankers and 50 gas carriers were left idling in and around the waterway, bringing one of the world's most critical energy routes to a standstill. This chart shows the immediate global consequence. With roughly 11 million barrels of oil per day blocked from leaving the region, market prices reacted instantly, pushing Brent crude past the $120 mark. While official statements mention a tentative ceasefire, the reality on the ground is different. A 21-mile-wide stretch of water is holding the flow of the global economy hostage. Historically, this channel sees well over 100 heavily laden ships pass through daily. Currently, that traffic has been reduced to a handful of dry bulk carriers, moving only under the strict supervision of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard. The Botswana-flagged LNG tanker, the Nidhi, illustrated the strength of this control. Ship tracking data showed the vessel attempting to leave the Persian Gulf via a route directed by the Revolutionary Guard, only to be forced to turn back shortly after. By controlling the waterway, Iran has turned a geographic reality into an economic lever. This physical grip on global energy supplies is forcing major powers to the negotiating table out of necessity. Mojtaba Khamenei's new management plan moves beyond simply blocking the strait. Iranian officials are now exploring ways to commercialize their control, looking to charge high fees for every commercial tanker attempting to pass through the waterway. Donald Trump responded to this idea with a public suggestion of a joint venture. He proposed that the U.S. and Iran could work together to secure the waterway and collect these tolls, calling the potential revenue a beautiful thing. This contradicted the official White House policy. Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt stated that any ceasefire depends on the strait reopening immediately and safely, without any tolls or Iranian conditions. Iran's official counterproposal includes 10 specific points. Their terms require continued Iranian control of the strait, the recognized right to nuclear enrichment, the removal of all sanctions, and an end to military actions in Lebanon. The distance between these two positions is significant. Washington is demanding open water and an end to enrichment, while Tehran is seeking the right to enrich uranium and the power to tax global shipping. These competing non-negotiables leave almost no room for a quick resolution. To address these demands, top officials from both nations agreed to meet for emergency negotiations, but the deep distrust between the two meant finding a neutral host was the first priority. They eventually settled on Islamabad. Pakistan shares a 900-kilometer border with Iran and houses a massive Shia Muslim population. Crucially, Pakistan has 0 U.S. military bases on its soil. This makes Islamabad a credible neutral space for Iranian delegates to meet without being surrounded by American military infrastructure. These factors allowed both sides to send high-level delegations. The U.S. team includes Jared Kushner, while Iran is represented by senior figures such as Parliament Speaker Muhammad Bakr Ghalibaf. Pakistan's status as a non-aligned host with direct ties to Tehran provides the only remaining bridge for high-level contact. It's the one physical space where both delegations can meet without either side feeling strategically compromised. Negotiations for a permanent ceasefire are happening in Islamabad, but the situation on the ground remains volatile. Active military operations are continuing, even as the delegates take their seats. From Tehran's perspective, the ceasefire was violated immediately. They point to the ongoing heavy Israeli strikes against Hezbollah in Lebanon, strikes that have killed and wounded thousands, as proof that the truce is a one-sided agreement. Washington views the situation as a violation of international maritime law. From the U.S. perspective, Iran's attempt to collect tolls and maintain localized naval control is a direct challenge to the principle of freedom of navigation. The ultimate U.S. goal is to secure unrestricted global trade through the strait and permanently end Iran's nuclear enrichment capabilities. Iran's ultimate goal is to ensure the survival of its current leadership and maintain regional influence, using its control of the waterway as its primary bargaining chip. This crisis is now trapped in a dangerous gray zone of deep distrust. The stability of the global energy market depends on whether these two enemies can find common ground before global oil reserves reach a critical low.